Hi everyone! Happy Easter! It's Rita and her little barking companions here on Easter Sunday. And I promised yesterday in the video that, in my live video yesterday, that I was going to do this explosion box. And this is it. I spent the morning putting it together, and then another one to show you how it goes together. And it's really fun. I want to show you what it is if you're not familiar with an explosion box. So basically what it is a box that opens up, and when it opens up, it all fans out to reveal something in the middle. This one is Easter themed. And it comes from Dreaming Tree, which you can find at 3dsvg.com. It is a paid file. I think it's about $3 for this file. And you would download it. And then you would upload all of these. And it's pretty big. I'm not going to lie. It's Happy Easter to you, Penny. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. So I'm not going to lie, this is a big project, the kind of thing that if you're just kind of home and you want to do something fun that will take up a little bit of time, this is definitely the kind of project you want to be doing. It's not super quick. There are a lot of pieces. I think I had 14 different mats, and I did cut this on my Maker because the pieces are so big. And just to give you an example, I mean, this is how it looks. Happy Easter, Maria. Welcome. So it's pretty big. I'm holding it in my hands, and it's pretty big. And I'm going to show you how it opens up. You just take off the box, and the sides are not attached. And then it opens up to reveal, I'm going to put it over here, to reveal these little Easter bunnies and Easter chicks. And then also on the inside, you have these pretty panels. And then on the very most inside, you have this adorable basket, which I've filled up with chocolate candies. And it has a cute little flower. It's the kind of thing, it's supposed to be a little bit of a wow factor type of a gift or something fun for you to make, and maybe, you know, once you take the candies out, you know, maybe put it away in a box or something for next year. And it's really actually not that difficult to put together once you can kind of get the understanding or the handle on what it is. So basically, I'm going to remove this here. So basically, it is this outside box, right, that we decorate on both sides. And then there are these cute little chicks and bunnies, and two of each, because there's 4, that are sort of kitty cornered on the bottom of the box. And then this, you don't have to attach this on the inside. You can if you want, but you don't have to attach it. And then if you wanted to close it back up for putting it away, you would basically kind of, it's nice to have somebody else helping you with it. Oh goodness, the dog's going kind of nutty. I don't know why. I make the mistake of leaving that door open all the time. Okay, and that's it. You know, that's how you do it. And let me just show you again. Boom, with this cute little basket. So I hope you're going to stick around to see how this goes together. Now, I mentioned that this is not a quick, you know, sort of one and done kind of a project. You do need to purchase this file from Dreaming Tree, and you can buy it at 3dsvg.com. They give you a PDF file, and Leo, who runs Dreaming Tree, has a video on it. Thank you, Teresa. Has a video on it, but the video is over an hour long. I'm hoping that I can keep it pretty short because I've done a few steps ahead of time. So let me just show you, first of all, the main piece is a box, is this box. And let me show you those pieces. And we've gone ahead, and I've gone ahead and let's put that's the cover. So the box consists of 4 pieces, and they each have a flap. And then you have 2 pieces that are the bottom. Now you'll see on one piece there's like a little cutout. Actually, I'll put my little pen here so you can see it. It's like a T. It stands for top, okay? So there's one that's going to be on the top. There's not really a lot of difference, ever so slight difference, but it's simply because we're going to hide our tabs, okay? So we're going to start off by, I put on some of these, not all of them, but I put together all of these like panels, and I can show you how they go on. But let's put together the main box, and we use liquid glue. You guys can use a different liquid glue than I use, but I always tell you, you know, not any one glue is better than the other, I don't think, but I happen to prefer this one. It's called Art Glitter Glue, and you can buy it at createforless.com or also on Amazon. So here is the first panel going on. Now we need to be very, very careful that these all match up, and we're aligning those edges together, because it does make a difference with this project. And so let's put these. Four, so, right, so a box is 4-sided. Whoops, don't try to rush it, Rita. Now you'll take more time at this than I will. And also at the end of the video, once I'm done, since I'm live, I'll go and find the link for this at Dreaming Tree and post it for you, okay? So you don't have to go looking. Although it's fun to look at their website. It's kind of... It's a fun site. But this is an example of one of the paid files that are very intricate. And so, I don't often do these files because I don't want to scare people off. But I figured, hey, why not? We're all sort of home and not used to doing all of our Easter things. So why don't we go ahead and do something big like this? There's another one that I've been wanting to do. It's a Victorian paper model. I am like so excited. That's by SVG Cuts. And we're gonna, I think I might try that. So the top goes on the top. Oh, very nice, Lisa. Lisa says she made a birthday explosion. Yes, and thank you for bringing that up. The folks at Dreaming Tree have a couple of explosion boxes. Doesn't have to be Easter, and you could even take one of their files and turn it into whatever theme. I've seen themes for like graduations and for birthdays, and what else? I've seen one for Christmas, and they actually have one at Dreaming Tree for Christmas that I've made, and it is huge. It's bigger than this one even. So we're going to go and put the sides on here as well. You notice that there's a little space up at the top. That's for the box top. So we want it to fit there. So and again, you guys, you'll be very, very careful about all of this. I just want to take you through it in a reasonable amount of time, so that way you can play around with it and choose whatever you want. This particular one, I wanted to get some of my fun paper, and some of this paper, if you're interested in it, is from Echo Park Paper Company. And also, let's see, I think I have one that's from Doodlebug Design. So, which I got all of those at scrapbook.com, I believe. So there are all of these embellishments, and you can even take it further. You can choose all kinds of, bling that you want to use and things like that. But I just do it basic. Now, you could also ink it, and I think that some people like to ink it. Personally, I've never been a huge fan of inking, but inking is when you take a ink pad and you go around the edges to avoid if you have like a solid core that shows white and you don't want to see that white. That's what inking is. So we attached those things to the side, and now we're going to attach these to the inside edge. Right? And it's cute, these little flowers. And again, this is where you can get creative and pick your own colors or your own papers. Try it out. You don't have to even do it as an Easter thing. You can do it however way you want to do it. Okay, so we've got the outside of the box set, and no, there are no sides that hold it together, okay? And that's great. Lisa's saying she sent her in-laws an Easter card and they wanted to know where I bought it. That's like the ultimate compliment, isn't it, Lisa? It's such a great compliment when people ask where you bought something that you made. It's so great. So, okay, so now we have these 4 little guys, and again, you can just do all of the little embellishment. I actually used a marker to make the little teeny tiny eyes, but they've got cheeks, little red, pink cheeks and beaks, and this one has even a little bow tie, and again, mix and match the colors, and we're going to do the same thing where we're going to put them every other, so that way when it opens up you're going to see them. Now you're not going to put them this way. I think that some people think that, but most of the time the box is going to remain open, so you want it to look up, right? Now the folks over at Dreaming Tree, and I put this on backwards, so I'm going to have to wing it, because I put the one with the, I'm going to turn it this way so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right. Sorry. Okay. So the folks over at Dreaming Tree have designed this so that, I want to get in real good so I can see where they put it, but they put these little notches in here, and again, it's sort of kitty cornered. I know that the desire is like, we'll make it kind of this way, but the reason why is so that when it's assembled with the top on, it has a better shape, because you don't have too much of a shape without it. I don't know if that makes sense, but so we're going to glue each of those tabs. And the first one's kind of critical. We're following the notches here, and they nestle into each other. So let's do that. We'll keep an eye on where that notch is. Still moving around a tiny bit. The next one is a chick. So I hope you're all having a good day. It's turned out to be a really nice day here. It's been kind of rainy all week, so it's sort of nice to have a little bit of sunshine. I'm kind of sad that I didn't have a nice big dinner planned, and it's okay. It's only one day out of many. So And I made hard-boiled eggs, because that for me is the best part of Easter, is having egg salad. Isn't that weird? I know it's weird. So once you put all 4 of those guys in there, we're going to put this over it to sort of cover all of our tabs, okay? So let's do that. We're using the glue, and don't use too much glue. You don't want it to kind of like seep out on the outside. Okay, so now we're going to let that dry. We're going to put it aside, let that dry. We're going to work on the top. This is the top, pretty basic top, and we're also going to work on the basket that goes inside. All right, so the top is pretty basic. It's a square. It has tabs here. I have gone ahead and put the cutouts to, decorate it. Again, this is where you can get kind of sort of fun and choose whatever you wanted to choose. Like for this one, I chose this with like the little chicks on the side. And this one here has the bunny and this cute like lawn green polka dot. So, and what we do is we put the glue on each of those corners. We've already folded everything at the score marks. Okay, and we're going to hold it for just a second, remember. And you get a little bit of glue seeping out because I used a little too much. Hold it there for just a moment, and then just work your way around the box top. I can feel this one already opened up because I didn't give it enough time. I'll come back. And I'm doing 2 at once. All right. Such a cute project. And again, you could turn it into, I don't know. I mean, you don't have to use you can, if you're creative and you like to like design things, you can use it as a jumping off point. Any of these files, really. That's the beauty of buying SVG files, or even just using Design Space, is that you can customize it to whatever extent that you want. That's, I think, one of the things I just love about cricketing is that, maybe I want to do it all in black and white and make it a Valentine's thing, or red, or I don't know. I just think that there's always this room for creativity there. That once you get started, you usually will end up making the same thing over and over again at first. That's okay. I've made some things over and over, and that's fine. And each time I change it up a little bit, kind of so I can learn a new technique or try a new color scheme. And we want to keep challenging ourselves, right? We want to keep challenging ourselves. So I think that is our cover. I hope that it's taken. And then the inside, which is this adorable basket, it goes together very easily. It consists of this. We want to put this aside because that's our inside piece. And you'll notice that 2 sides have this hole in there. That's where our brads are going to go for our handle. Oh, yeah, boxes are fun. Teresa's saying you should love to make a box for the kids at daycare. Kids just seem to like box. Well, there's that whole Pandora's box thing, of a something is in there. It's a surprise, right? So what I'm doing is very similar to what I did on the outside piece. Is I'm just making sure that the holes are opposite each other, right? And I'm using the tab, I'm placing glue and making sure that it's lined up at the edge, the correct edge. And again, you guys, will do a better job than me because I'm just kind of rushing. I don't want to take up too much of your time today. But this is a big project. If you're really brand new, this might be something that you can aspire to. And if you go over to Dreaming Tree, make sure you check out their free files. I've done a lot of them just to kind of get people sort of interested in and understanding of the free file. So they have a lot of great ones. They're smaller and they're a great way to start. So here is our 4, it's actually 3 pieces with one with the bottom. And you notice that those holes are opposite each other. Then we're going to put glue on each of these side tabs and fold it up sideways, okay? So let's do that. That's the next part. There we go. And this tab. Oh, I'm happy to help Maria. Maria is saying, thank you for doing this. I've been wanting to do one, but they look so hard to make. Really not. It just takes a little bit of, you know, when you're cutting it, some thought about where you want certain colors or placements to happen. And again, the explosion bucks they're not new. Other people have made them. There are other designers that made them, and there are even some in Cricut Design Space, and I can show you where to find them. They are there. In one, I actually made one for my sister when she turned 50. It was like an explosion box, but it opened up and it was just all pictures of her as a kid. It was so much fun. Now this part is just the bottom that goes in there to kind of hide or give, you know, make it look nicer, more professional. You don't need to use it, but it also gives it stability. So if you're going to put those heavy candies in there, you're not going to have the bottom blow out on you. Okay. So then the rest is just kind of decoration. Notice that it has this really pretty lace and then also this part on the bottom. Again, sort of stabilization, but also just kind of decoration. And then the handle that uses brads with a little flower on the top. So I noticed mine is missing a little bit of glue. So let's put that in there. So I cut this out in pink glitter. I thought that would look cute, but you cut it out again. You can cut it out whatever you want. So you're going to fold them in half. I agree. Lisa's saying that choosing the color is the hardest part. And you know, sometimes I cut something out, and I did it for this project too. I cut it out. I think it's going to look good. And it doesn't. And what I've found is if you're working with patterned paper and solids, is you can't overdo with the pattern. So 1 or 2 patterns with a large project like this is enough. And you know, sometimes, you know, you get so excited and they are all coordinating patterns and stuff. And you're like, oh, I want to use this paper, you know, and then you kind of overboard it. So think of, you know, what you like to see. And sometimes just 1 pattern or 2 patterns or a pattern with glitter paper, that sort of thing, is better than doing all solids. And it's definitely better than overloading with too many patterns. So here I put the edge on there. And then here are our bottom pieces. You notice that they are kind of like crooked. It's not straight because it needs to get on the bottom of this. And the bottom of this, make sure you check it like that. It's different because it's not a flat, you know, straight up and down box. It sort of bows out a little tiny bit. Again, this is something that you can add. You don't have to add. You can bling it out as much as you want or as little as you want. I have a hard time with bling only because my craft room's a mess, man. I can never find the stuff that I buy. And sometimes I just wander around my craft room and I'm like, oh, hey, I forgot that I even had these things. And then I try to build a project around them. So when I go to look for something very specific, I'm like, where did I put those pearl pins or whatever? And I don't know if everybody else has a problem like that, but you know, it's so hard. Organization and maintaining your craft hoard is an entirely different project. Don't you think? I think so. So, okay, so we are actually almost done. We're going to put the handle on it, and we're going to be using these. These are called brads. I don't know if you've ever seen them before, but they're basically like nail heads. And then they have these two wings, I call them wings, but they're arms or whatever. And then they fold out, something similar to like you'd see in a manila envelope. You don't like glitter? I am a glitter girl, but I like it on my paper. I can't deal with all the glitter, like the loose glitter, although I do have it. But anyway, so here we're going to do is put our brad on the outside so that the fancy side is showing. We put it through the handle, and then we put it through the hole on the side. And then we turn it this way, and we open up those arms. I know you can't see that, but we open up those arms. They're like little wings, arms. We open them up. And you notice it's moving already. That's the great thing about a brad, is it allows for some movement. So here we go again. We do it on both sides. We put the brad inside the handle hole. Then we put it through the side hole right here. And then we open this up like that. And there is the handled basket on the inside. You this is something extra that you can do, but they do give you this little flower that it's like it's two colors with a stamen. I think it's kind of cute. Looks like a little daisy. And I did it in 2 different colors. And I'm using my Cricut scraper to give it a little bit of, volume. I never know what to call that. A little bit of definition. I don't know what that's called. Anyway, so like that. So cute. And then put it on the top of the handle. And don't worry about it getting smushed, because this goes in the middle of your project. Okay. So also they give you this, which is a tag, so if you're going to give it to somebody, Happy Easter or whatever, and it has a little hole, and then it could go onto the top of it or here or there. It's up to you, but it's an extra that you might be, wondering where it goes. So let's see. Let's put our explosion box together. I don't glue this in. I don't think it's necessary, but if you feel like it's necessary, that's fine. But I can just envision like a little girl receiving this from her favorite auntie or something, and being able to walk around with her little basket. I think that's really cute. Now to put it together, and it's always good to have two sets of hands for this. But if you're like me and you just, my kid's off somewhere, you kind of have to finagle it. And what I do is I try to use and grab these. I hope my little flower doesn't come off. And then I start with the outside. It might take a couple of tries, but you see what I mean about the side here being, it sort of shores up the side of the box. Okay, so once you have that all together, then you take the box top And again, you're going to have to fiddle with it a little bit, especially if it's the first time or you haven't done one in a long time or something. And then you put the box. Now the box is not, it's open at the side. So, and that's why having it be sort of really careful about the gluing is going to, you know, it's going to be the important, but I just kind of, I rush through it so you can see how it goes through, and you'll do a better job than I. And boy, wouldn't it look nice with a big old flower on the top, or like that matched color, or maybe a big ribbon, a ribbon bow. That would be fun too, and it would make a really nice gift. Then you just take off the top and open it up, and there is your explosion box. Isn't that nifty? Okay, so Teresa, this was cut on a Maker, but you can also be cut on an Explorer. So if you have a Joy, this is too big for the Joy, okay? And most of the paper that's being used is 12 by 12. And when you get a file like this, they give you, at this particular company, they give you a PDF, and it will tell you all the supplies you need. So in this case, I needed 4 sheets of Pansy, and that's the purple. And it's 12 by 12. And then I needed a sheet of dandelion, a sheet of powder, which is like that blue. And then it goes down and down. So most of them are 12 by 12. There is one sheet of the glitter is one sheet, 8.5 by 11, but I never can find glitter paper in 8.5 by 11, except for on very rare occasions. So I usually use 12 by 12, and then of course I save all my scraps and everything, and so it's, you know, sort of fun. Oh, you just bought it. Okay, so Linda, this is my friend from Peabody. She just bought this file. She doesn't have time to make it for... That's okay. I hold on. I bought this file 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago, and I didn't make it until now. So I have all kinds of files that I love. And Maria, thank you so much. It is really fun, beautiful, and you know, you can make it your own. When I finish up the video, I will come back and put the link from Dreaming Tree on there. Thank you, Lisa. I am feeling better. I think it was all the drugs they gave me when I went. I mean, it wasn't actually the little procedure, because they don't even put you out for the procedure. But they give you a lot of pain drugs. And so my body's just not used to drugs, I guess, and it just made me super tired and super just like low energy, not my usual energy, and that's really just unusual. Hi, Emmy. Not my usual sort of get up and go, and just give you kind of a view. This is what it looks like on the inside and on the bottom. So yeah, it was a little bit off-putting, and I was getting a little depressed because it was rainy, and I was like, oh man, I don't want to just stop what I'm doing and take a day, but I had to, because your body tells you what you need to do, right? It does. So anyway, happy Easter to everyone. Thank you so much for showing up today. I have so many projects to show you, and if you're already following me, thank you. Maybe you could tell someone about it. I hear stories of people sharing my videos with other people, and I do so appreciate that, and I will try to post this also on YouTube. I've been having a little trouble actually with getting my lives from Facebook onto YouTube, so I've had to redo them, and it's been slow with everything else. So I hope you all are doing well. I understand this is unusual. Everybody is in the same boat, right? And this is a once in a lifetime sort of thing. It'll be over soon, and we're all going to come out of this stronger. We are. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope it's sunny where you are. And I hope you have a wonderful day and you enjoy this project or any of the other projects we have coming up. I do so appreciate your time, and I really appreciate all the wonderful feedback. Thank you very much. And I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.